Now let's talk about the cognitive branches of philosophy. Under cognitive branches of philosophy, of course, the first one is logic. So when we say logic, it is a branch of philosophy which deals with correct reasoning and argumentation. Okay, so it is the art of thinking. Okay, so logic studies what? The correct thinking processes. Okay, that's why I mentioned a while ago that when you study philosophy, most particularly logic, okay, you will be able to learn how to what to identify fallacies in reasoning. So when we say fallacies, these are faulty reasonings. Kumbaga sa Tagalog, baluktot na rason. Okay? So it is very important for us to somehow study logic. Okay? Not only because we want to win the debate, of course, para naman ma-develop ang ating critical thinking skills. Okay? Now, under logic, there are two types of logic. I'm sorry. Okay, so we have the deductive reasoning and the inductive reasoning. Now, the question, okay, what is the difference between these two? Okay, let's talk about deductive reasoning. So when we say deductive reasoning, it is a reasoning from a general truth to a specific truth. In other words, from a universal truth to a specific truth. Okay. Now, okay, so to make it simple, guys, let me use my whiteboard. I was not able to include this to our PPT, to this PowerPoint presentation. So all I have to do is just to write it on the board, and I hope you can see it. Okay. Yan. Ayusin lang natin ang ating whiteboard. Okay. So in the deductive reasoning, the conclusion comes first. Okay. Yan natin nakikita conclusion. Conclusion comes first. Okay? The conclusion comes first. Nakikita ba? Okay, conclusion. Then it is followed by main points. Points. Okay? Then the last what? The last one will be the supporting data. Okay, supporting data. Examples, evidences, etc. Okay. So these are your supporting data, supporting evidences, supporting details, all right? Facts, of course. Okay? You have to support your claim with facts. Okay. And by the way, guys, in argument, okay, we have what we call claim, which is your conclusion, and premises. Okay, sayang hindi ko na-include sa PowerPoint. Okay, or the premise. Kamo, when we say claim, it is your conclusion. Your premise is your what? Supporting evidences. Okay. Yeah. I hope that is clear. Okay, so let me give you an example of a statement. Yeah, using deductive reasoning. For you to be able to identify the difference between deductive reasoning and inductive reasoning. Yan, nakikita sana. Okay, let me just give you an example. All men are mortal. Okay, do you agree? Okay, of course, diba? That is your conclusion. Okay, that is your claim. John, mali. Yan, John na lang kasi sa maisip ng pangalan. John is a man. Okay? Yan, nakikita siguro. Since John is a man, John is mortal. Okay. So, from your conclusion, you are what? Providing supporting idea or supporting evidences. Okay, so all men are mortal. So John is a man. Therefore, John is mortal. That is what? Deductive reasoning. That is an example of deductive reasoning. So I believe that you all agree that all men are mortal. So it is supported by the what statement John is a man. Okay? So John is mortal. Alright? Okay. Another example. Okay? Para medyo madumi ng aking board. Wait lang ha. Hanap tayo ng mas. Okay. Another example. Para mas madali. Okay? All numbers. Yeah. Numbers ending in 0 and 5. Ayan, parang mas nakikita. Ayan. 5 are divisible by 5. Okay. Number 35. Number 35. Okay, ulit ko pa, redundant. Number 35 ends with what? Ends with 5. So, it must be divisible by 5. Okay, so that is the statement. Okay? All numbers ending in 0 and 5 are divisible by 5. So number 35 ends with 5, so it must be divisible by 5. So your conclusion is what? This first statement. So if you would notice, okay, your conclusion comes first. Okay? Before your supporting evidences. Before your premises. Okay? I believe that you all agree that all numbers ending in 0 and 5 are divisible by 5. Correct. So number 35, an example of that is number 35 ends with 5. So it must be what? Divisible by 5. I hope you get it. Okay? So that is an example of deductive reasoning. Okay. Now let's move on to inductive reasoning. Yeah. So when we say deductive reasoning, it is from a specific truth to a general truth. So it is the opposite of deductive reasoning, di ba? Obvious naman. Okay, so from particular to a universal. Okay, so if in deductive reasoning the conclusion comes first, then followed by supporting data, facts, examples, and evidences. Okay, in deductive reasoning, what? Baliktad. Okay, it's the opposite. Okay, in inductive reasoning, it starts with what? Supporting data. Supporting data, supporting facts, examples, and what? Evidences. Your evidences comes first, okay, in inductive reasoning. Then it is followed by main points, okay? Main points. Then the last would be what? Your conclusion. Yeah. Anyway, I'll discuss this in our third, I think in our third lesson. More of this in our third lesson. Okay? Mas palawakin pa natin. We're going to expand this topic. Okay. Now, as you would notice, supporting data, facts, examples, and evidences come first. Okay, then followed by main points and the conclusion. Okay. Now, so what are the examples? So let me give you one example. Yeah. Ito na. Okay. After, okay, I ate, nakikita ba? After I ate is, ano kaya? Eggplant. Eggplant na lang. Eggplant. Okay? My lips swelled. Okay, the first time you ate what? Eggplant, your lips swelled. That's the first time. Okay? Then the second time, that happened again. After I ate eggplant for the second time, my lips swelled. And the third time, you notice on the third time, okay, the third time, after you ate eggplant, your lips swelled. Okay? That is your supporting evidences. Okay? Now, after I ate eggplant, ayan. Ulitin natin after I ate eggplant, my lips swelled. First, second, and third, right? Para medyo tipid tayo sa pinta. Hindi ko na inulit yung sinulat. Okay. Now, main points, swollen. Okay? Swollen lips. After eating eggplant. Eggplant may be sign of allergy. Okay, so swollen lips after eating eggplant may be sign of allergy. Okay? Therefore, okay, here is now your conclusion. Okay? Your conclusion, okay, would be what? Likely I am allergic to what? Eggplant. Okay? That is your conclusion. Before you jump into that conclusion, you have what? Supporting evidences. Okay, after eating eggplant for several times, okay, as a matter of fact, you ate eggplant third times, right? Then you have noticed that your lips swelled, correct? Now, here is the main point. Swollen lips after eating eggplant may be a sign, okay? Maybe a sign of allergy. Now, here comes your conclusion. Likely, I am allergic to eggplant. Okay? So, that is a good example of what? Inductive reasoning. Okay? Huwag na natin erase. Huwag muna. Alright, so, ito natin, in deductive reasoning, the conclusion comes first, followed by main points. Then what? The supporting data, facts, evidences. Okay. While inductive reasoning, what? Supporting data, facts, evidences come first, right? then followed by the main points, then lastly your conclusion. All right.